Jake, Rutgers had held Navy, who's a great running team, to far and away their lowest rushing total of the year. You guys went out and ran the ball great the other night. What happened? Why were you so successful tonight?
Well, I feel like we had a really good game plan coming in at Rutgers, and we know what kind of defense they are. They're a fire zone team, or not really a fire zone team, but they're a heavy blitz team. They play man coverage behind the blitzes, and when you break the first level, there's not really too many other people to make the tackle. So we were able to come out and we schemed them up pretty well, and we came out and we played a good game. Our running backs ran really hard. They broke a lot of tackles in the backfield, and when they got off to the races when they got to the second level. So,
when you block well, they run well. When they run well, maybe it encourages you to block better. So the whole thing just kind of keep feeding off each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a continuous cycle of blocking and running. But that's what it's all about in the running game. If we're not blocking well, obviously there's going to be guys freed up to make the tackle. And if we are blocking well, they don't really have to make all the really spectacular plays like just to get out of the line of scrimmage. So, but they still made some really good plays. Dominique had a couple of really good ones in the backfield, broke a couple tackles, and Vic was juking out there, and they were making people miss, and they were making really good runs. So it really helped us, and I feel like overall it was just a good effort in the run game.
Vic and Jeremy and Dominic are all pretty different in the way they run the ball, their particular strengths and weaknesses and attributes. Is it any different, depending on who's behind you, is it any different how you're going to block a play, or you just block it and they do what they do?
It's not any different. We usually don't even know who's back there most of the time. So, we just know however we block, they're going to hit the holes right, and we just have trust in them. So it doesn't really matter who's back there. We're going to block the same way.
Do you feel like last Friday was kind of the best effort you guys have had this season, and how do you build on that?
Definitely, it was the best rushing effort, and we didn't give any sacks up against a very good pressure team. So it's something to be really optimistic about, and we just got to take it and actually have a short memory. We can't be dwelling on this win. We just need to prepare for Syracuse, and Syracuse is a really good team, a very good team, and we just got to build off of this, and know that Rutgers is a team that beat Syracuse, and but you try not to think about that kind of stuff. We just got to go out there and play. So.
How scary was it when you guys here? I mean, you're used to people getting hurt playing football when your guys have broken that. How does that count?
Oh, it's really alarming when you hear some guy that you've been. I've been here for 2 years. And, he's been here the whole time that I've been here. So a guy that you go and, you work out with and you practice with every day and, you're with every day, and you hear that he has such a traumatic injury like that, it's very alarming. And, we all feel for him. It's a really sad situation, but we're just going to, Anthony's really optimistic about it, and we're really optimistic about it. So, we just wish he has a speedy recovery.
What was it like from your perspective on the sideline just to hit itself?
I was actually coming from the bench. We were going over some game plan stuff, and really all I saw was the Rutgers guy kind of flipping over in the air. So I really didn't see the hit, but I just knew he laid the wood on him. So when I saw him down, I didn't see the hit, but we kind of knew, what the possibilities were. And at the time being, it was kind of deflating to see a guy, that we play with to be down like that. But at the same time, they took care of him pretty good, and we just saw him off the field. So
to look over and see Rutgers, arm in arm out there with you guys, did that mean anything to you guys?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rutgers is a very classy football team, and to see that, just an act of class like that was. It was good to see.
So. In the locker room, Charlie comes in there, kind of delivers what actually happened. What was it like in the locker room? Was it surprising? What was the emotions like in that locker room?
Everybody was pretty down about it. Everybody was feeling for him. Obviously we won the game, but you kind of had to take it with a grain of salt because it's not near as important as the health of Anthony. So we we were all just feeling for him. So.
It's been so long since the program has had consecutive conference victories. How important would that, or how important would that be for you guys to to put together effective victory?
It's huge. We we need every win we can get. We have 5 more games left, and we're approaching it as there's 5 one game seasons. So we it's vital for our program to come out and win this game and really come out and win the rest of them. We're trying to be the best we can be, and we got to lay the foundation. And really, we got to stop making excuses and just go out there and win football games. So this is huge for us.
How many series did Jamon Brown run at right tackle, and what do you do differently when Jamon's in there?
I believe Jamon was in there 2 or 3 series. He he's still a little green out there. I helped him out a little bit assignment wise, but Jamon is he's a specimen. Physically. He's about 6'5", about 325, and I mean he's moving out there. So, but the only difference out there, Kessling's been there a little while, a little while longer, about 4 more years. So, he has a little better idea what he's doing. Jamon's only played O-line for about 3 or 4 weeks, and he actually only got moved to right tackle last week. So we just help him out as much as we can. If there's any indicators, I'll let him know, and if he's not too sure about a play, then I'll help him out.
What do you mean by help him with indicators? Could you expand on that?
Like blitz indicators. Like Rutgers had some indicators. Like if they walked up a safety close to the line of scrimmage, they were bringing a boundary pressure or something, or just anything like that. Just anything that raises a red flag of what the defense is going to do. So.
What's the biggest difference around here after when you lost 3 in a row and then you get a win? I mean, does food taste better? Everything's better. Everybody's in a good mood.
It's not too much different because, like I said, we have to have a short memory. We really have to come out and just play every week because really it could be our last. And I wouldn't say it's too much different. We lost 3 in a row, but we knew we had to come and win games, and we knew all the games that we have lost, we should have won. But I guess we're not as frustrated, but that's pretty much it.
Did you all learn something, though? Coach talked about, coming off the Kentucky game, and then you had to bye, too, and maybe you hadn't learned how to win and how to accept that. You feel like that's a lesson that you've learned now?
Yeah, I felt like after the Kentucky game we might have got a little fat and happy. Especially since we didn't have another game the week after. We had another week to, kind of bask in the victory. So we've had a lot of growing up so far this season, and that was a big part of it. And I don't think it's going to happen again. So.
Can you talk about the Thursday meeting where Charlie said kind of guys maybe aired some things out as trying to keep building trust?
Yeah, guys. We had a meeting and guys kind of put everything out there on the table. How everybody felt, and it got a little heated at times, but that's necessary. It's kind of like a brotherly love type of deal, like a relationship. You and your brother are going to have some differences, and you guys are going to think a little differently, but all in all, you're still brothers and you're still together, and when you get these things on the table, it makes your relationship a little healthier. So I felt like that meeting was necessary, and it built a little bit of trust around the program. So we'll just continue to build off of that, and it really was vital to our success. So.
Jake, what kind of things needed to be aired out? What were the topics?
I'm just gonna let you guys leave it to your imagination.
What are some of the things you guys have to continue to do better as an offensive line?
We just got to continue to get better every week. We played pretty well on Friday. But consistency is a big thing. Like I know I haven't played too consistently this year. I've had good games and bad games, but it's all about eliminating the mistakes in the bad games and being more accountable and not being the guy that made the mistake. And just learning from what you did wrong. Every game is not perfect, so there's always going to be something you didn't do right.
Is gaining more experience as a group kind of part of that?
It's part of it, but we can't really use that as an excuse anymore. We've started 7 games. This will be the 8th one, and that's the whole learning curve. Is it's tough at times, but we can't use it as an excuse anymore because we are experienced now. So it's just about going out every week and getting better, and that's with an experienced line or an inexperienced line. So everybody's going to make mistakes. You just got to learn from them and try not to make them again.
Are there times as an offensive lineman where you might be technically correct, but just get overpowered or get beat on a play sometimes?
Yeah, of course. Well, actually, usually if you get overpowered, everybody's about as big and strong as each other in this league. So if this is just a really good player, sometimes it'll happen. But most of the time, there are technical flaws, I guess, and that's usually why it happens. So you're not low enough, or your footwork's not right. You cross over or something. That's usually how you get exposed. And good players will expose it. So that's really the difference in being a good player and a bad player. So.
How much of the Syracuse-West Virginia game have you guys had a chance to watch? And as an offense, do you feel like you're going to have to put up a few more points this week, considering they laid 43 on a top 15 team?
I haven't really got a chance to watch any of it. We were playing at the same time, so I watched a little bit of film on Syracuse. We know they're a very talented team. They're a talented defense and a talented offense, and they're an experienced offense. So we obviously, if you beat a team worse than if you beat West Virginia worse than the number one team in the nation did, we're going to have to put up some points. But that's every week. So we just got to come out and execute better. We only scored 16 on Friday. I think we need to score a little bit more than that, to beat this team. So we we got to come out and we got to score points. So I know our defense is going to play well, but we got to come out and we got to do our part. So.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you.
I was just going to come ask you who, besides Ben Biggs on the offensive line, is a good talker. I know he's really good. I'm going to use that.